Welcome back. So all of those videos were a recap of what we did in class. Now I'm going to talk about the method of simplifying rational expressions. Step 1, factor both the numerator and denominator fully. Fact 2, reduce any common factors. Step 3, write restrictions. So what we're going to do is the similar version of doing this. If I have 12 over 16 and I want to reduce that, that would be 3 times 4, 4 times 4, and it would be 3 over 4. That's reducing with fractions. However, we're going to reduce polynomial expressions. So here we are. You need these examples before you can do your homework. So let's take a look. 2x over 2x plus 6. Step 1, factor the top, factor the bottom completely. Well, that's 2 times x on top, and the bottom will be 2x plus 3. This will reduce. Therefore, an equivalent statement to the one above is this one here. They are equivalent, okay? In which case, we leave them, and we've reduced, and now we look at restrictions. We can never allow the denominator to be 0, so we say that x plus 3 cannot equal 0, x cannot equal negative 3. So in our domain, all the possible x values that can go into this function, there's only one that we can't have, and that's negative 3. Other than that, we can choose any of the values we want. Let's look at B. X squared minus 7x plus 6 over top of x minus 1. Brackets are your friend. Two numbers that multiply to give 6 and add to give 7. So I'm going to factor the top. X minus 6, x minus 1. Notice I've got x minus 6 being multiplied, so take a step back. Notice that this is a times b divided by b. So a times b divided by b, these can reduce, leaving us with x minus 6. Restrictions. Now the neat thing about restrictions are that they have to apply all the way through the question. So even though there's no denominator here other than 1, and therefore 1 can never be 0, there is a problem that we had a denominator up here. That means that if x ever did equal 1, then it would be 1 minus 1, and we'd have 0 in the bottom up here. Therefore, we still need the restriction. Okay? So restrictions go all the way through the question. We don't just do restrictions on our final answer. Okay? C. 2m squared n plus 8m over 4mn. Brackets, common factor. 2m equals mn plus 4 over top of 4mn. Now looking at that, we need to reduce. There's a 2 here. This 2 and the 4 will reduce. This m will reduce, leaving you with mn plus 4 over 2, meaning that this is equivalent to that, just much simpler to work with. We look at our restrictions. I don't need restrictions here. I do need restrictions up here, though, and those restrictions are that m and n both cannot equal 0. Okay, let's look at D. 3t to the 4 plus 9t cubed minus 18t squared over 3t. We're going to common factor the top. I'm going to take out a 3t squared, and it's going to leave me with a t squared plus a 3t and a negative 6 over top of 3t. We're going to reduce. There's t squared on top. I've got a t on the bottom, so that's the same as t times t, so one of them will reduce out, leaving us with t squared plus 3t minus 6, all over 1. Now I don't have to write that, I could leave it. I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to give 6 and add to give 3. There aren't any. This does not factor, so this is our final answer. Let's think about restrictions. You always have to put in restrictions. I don't need any restrictions here. but I do need them here. 3t cannot equal 0, in which case t cannot equal 0. And those are your restrictions. Last one. Need one more piece of paper. And here it is. So it's 2x squared minus 5x minus 3 over 2x squared minus 6x. So we want to simplify that. So we're going to need to factor the top. So I'm looking at rough work. So it's going to be a 2x and a 2x over top of 2. Two numbers that multiply to give 6, add to give 5. That's a hard one because both of them would work in different situations. One's positive, one's negative. So that means that I'm going to have to go to 6 and 1. It'll be negative 6 and positive 1. This will reduce and give me x minus 3, 2x plus 5, or 2x plus 1. Check it. 2x squared, 1x, take away 6x is negative 5x minus 3. So I got x minus 3, 2x plus 1 over top of the bottom. That's common factoring. 2x comes out, leaves me with x minus 3. Brackets are your friends. These ones can reduce because I'm just multiplying by, like this is a times b over c times a. So see the two a's? They reduce out, leaving me with 2x plus 1 over 2x. I pity the fool that goes and tries to do that. No, 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 no. Just as I told you, you can't do that. You can't do that. So your final answer must stay like that. There is no reducing here. No. But let's take a look at restrictions. I have to make sure that this cannot equal 0. So 2x doesn't equal 0. X does not equal 0. Looking back up, we also have to make sure that x minus 3 does not equal 0. So x does not equal 3. So we can put those together. The restrictions are x cannot equal 0 or 3. Okay, so your homework. Your homework is also going to be attached at the bottom in a nice clear page, because I think some of your homework got cut off too. I'd like you to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and do 3 in each. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, and 4, do 3 in each. Answers are on the back, and again, that'll be posted at the bottom of the post. Okay, guys, see you tomorrow.